Today I want to show you guys how easy it is to install a slow fold strut on your JB rack. Now when installing the slow fold strut, there's a few parts that you're going to need. One, the strut itself, two large 8mm bolts with some locking nuts on the outside with two washers on the inside. And lastly are these spacers right here that would have came with your JB rack. Now whenever you completely built up your JB rack, you should have had these triangle shaped plates right here. If you didn't install these, you're going to want to go ahead and do that now. Now, if you already installed them whenever you built up your rack, perfect. We're ready to go to the actual step of installing the strut. Now, when installing the strut, I like to put the stanchion of the strut at the very top, and it'll go in just like this. So for the top portion, grab your 8mm bolt with the two washers and the locking nut, and then grab your smaller spacers. We'll take the locking nut and one washer off. We're going to start sliding it through here, and then we can slowly put on one of our spacers. Just be careful so this doesn't kind of fall apart on you here. Then once we got that first spacer on, we can go ahead and install the strut. Leave a little bit of space because you're going to need to install this next spacer right here. Once you've got that through there, you can slide it all the way through. Just like that. We can put on our washer and then our locking nut. Now we're going to repeat this exact same process, but with the larger spacers and down here on the bottom plate. Just take off the locking nut and the washer. Take your bolt, put it through the plate, add the spacer, and then take your strut. You may have to pull down on your strut or push up on it, depending on if it's in the proper position, but it should move pretty freely. Now we can install the other spacer and just push this through. Install a washer and then your locking nut. Now we're ready to tighten these up. So you're going to want to grab an 8mm Allen key and a 17mm wrench. A ratcheting wrench will make this a lot easier. And we're just going to tighten this down where it's nice and snug. We don't want this to be too tight. Since that is a locking nut, it should not slip forward at all. And we'll repeat the same process down at the bottom. So there we go. The slow fold strut is installed. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. You can remove the main mast pin. Now you'll be able to actually see the strut slowly fold it down, allowing you to get access to your bikes so much easier. So there you go. That's how easy it is to install a slow fold strut on your JB rack.